Hello, everybody, and I welcome you all to the second stream of a video Wisdom Wins. Yes, while thinking of an apt content of continuation, I thought it would be right to correlate the topic of discussion with practical life as any subject is learned to have some application in life because we all yearn to reap something additional. More interestingly, economics has many topics which have direct link with individual financial planning. In this direction, I thought instead of going in a subjective, mundane, theoretical, boring manner, I thought of considering practical subjects and accordingly, I thought of choosing inflation and financial planning as today's topic. Now, on to the subject, going on with inflation. Inflation is a term which we all know it already in what to say in literal meaning, and in literary context it is the action of inflating or increasing something, that is pumping of air into a balloon as an example can be taken, which we used to play in our childhood days by pumping air into the balloon. This is the literary context. When we speak of the very same term inflation in its economical context, it is the general increase in prices of goods and services. That is, it can be in simple terms, it can be mentioned as hike in prices. There are obvious effects of increase in prices. It implies fall in value of money, that is purchasing power decreases. When prices of a product increases, purchasing power comes down. Consumer has to spend or spare more money to purchase the same quantity of a particular product. For example, let us say a price of a kg of rice now is rupees 50. After 10 years, upon applying inflation, the price of the same kg of rice, it may go up to 100. So customer has to spend more money to purchase the very same quantity of rice. Thus, purchasing power decreases. From customer perspective, it may be considered as negative, since more money has to be spared as years roll on. But from economic perspective, a reasonable inflation is a positive sign as it drives economic growth, which is good for the country and individual, because more money in market will lead to more production and higher demand. Certain products fall under essential category for purchasing which more money should be shelled out, and irrespective of the price or the inflation rate. So a reasonable inflation is definitely a good sign for any economy and an individual by any means and by all means. But the very hard fact is, from consumer perception, the benefits or ill facts can't be generalized, as inflation affects different people differently. That is, when price rise or value of money falls, some groups or society gain, some lose, and some stand in between. Of all depends on the percentage of increase on the products which fall into the net of increase. It all depends upon the price rise or the product which fall into the bracket. Not all goods and services would equally rise. Some increase faster, others slowly, and some remain unchanged. Grown-ups know the prominent difference of price rise of some goods like gold, pulses, petrol, diesel, which have a spike in its price movement within a very short while. Though the holistic view or a macro level approach seems to be disheartening, can we wish for zero inflation? Zero inflation. Oh, it's a new term and it sounds new, right? It is, because zero inflation means increase in prices or decrease in, no increase in prices or decrease in prices, sorry, which can also be termed as deflation. Deflation is decrease in prices, which is not fair, because deflation is decrease in prices means less production, low wages, fall in prices, and overall negative economy, which is a negative sign totally. Thus, inflation's basic concept is rise in prices, which is a positive sign, and deflation is a negative sign. Thus, basic concept of inflation is creamy layer is alone is discussed hitherto, which should be taken as consideration for financial planning, and value of money depends more on inflation for financial planning. Financial planning is basic for individuals, and this is the need of the hour nowadays. Here again, generalization is tougher, as every individual has their own pay package, their own risk appetite, their own goals, which vary from person to person, and hence generalizing financial planning would definitely be next to impossible. I shall offer my views on financial planning and family budgeting for a debt-free or low-debt ratio life, because financial planning is purely upon their own individual ratios, Many families try to go beyond their reach or try to fly up in air when they very much needed to be firm on the ground. I've seen many falling into the interest trap and expanding their loan brackets totally in to their income. I wish this video to be an eye opener to correct at least from now on for a secured life. Financial planning is basically a frame of network today to lead a safe and secured life. And it involves 6 steps. First one is determine your current financial situation. First, you know your current income, your current commitments, that is, I mean, your financial obligations like your EMIs and your salary. Second one is develop your financial goals. Everybody should and will have some goals in life, whether that may be short term or long term. Short term may be buying vehicles or your next term fee, or long term maybe land or marriage expenses. And third one, identify alternate income. Every individual would be having an active income, that is your regular monthly income, that may be your salary or business income. Second thing should be your passive income, that is an additional income which may be a regular, irregular, that could be earned out of equity, interest on rent, interest on equity, FD or rent, something like that, which should support your primary income. Third one, evaluate alternatives. While trying to earn a passive income, you should weigh the nature of work as to whether it could be done by you confidently, without much capital infusion, without risk of loss, with regular inflow, though the flow may vary. The objective should be to earn an additional income without disturbing your primary income. And since the last two, we also have some 2 points: creating and implementing financial action plans and reevaluating and revisiting the plans. But those 2 points have many contents within it, which needs a bit brief explanation on individual points, and adding up the same would prolong the video and may bore you. Also, a lengthy video may distract anybody at any point of time. So I am shifting the last 2 points on budgeting and review to our next video. Hope the video was useful to you. Happy learning and bye for now. Thank you and see you in the next video. Wisdom wins. Don't forget to subscribe my channel if you wish to continue learning with me. Wisdom wins.